I want to share some with y'all right quick. So we always see the Anunnaki, we always see these reliefs associated with the Anunnaki, right? The bird head beings, right? You know how they talk about putting on the eagle's head and stuff like that? So these vestiges, these eagle's wings and the eagle's head that we always see, guess what I found out? Boy, I love this information. I love it. Watch this shit. So it turns out that this eagle suit is in homage. The eagle suit is an homage. I'm gonna let y'all guess to who. Who do y'all think that they paying homage to with the eagle suit? I'm gonna see who was listening. Who do y'all think that they playing? No. Ah, come on, Omni. Leandro, you right too. The avians and the carrion, same thing. Man, blew my mind because I never put that together. Because I just started, to be honest with y'all, I just started doing that work on the carrions this year. Yeah, come on, Jay Swing. I just started doing that work on the carrions this year. And now, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Because the Anunnaki are reptilians, okay? Half of them, remember I told y'all? Half of the Anunnaki royal family are pure reptilians. The other half is hybrid reptilians mixed with Lyran, okay? So, the reptilian portion of them, they pay homage to their parent race. They paying homage to their parent race. Come on with it. I discovered this information after I lost my notes. Because I was going through all my notes and I ended up coming across something and I read something and I was like, oh shit, you know what? They was paying homage to the carrions. Come on with it, man. I love learning this shit. If you wanna check that out, guys, go back to the introductory classes on my YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you can watch the introductory classes 1 through 5, and you can hear about the Lyrans, the Carrions, and that Galactic Federation war, okay? So the last time we was together, gang, we covered the marriage of Marduk. Marduk chose to marry a beautiful earth woman because we got some sexy, gorgeous goddesses on earth. Marduk say, I don't want them Nibiru girls, man. Them Nibiru girls ain't thick like that. Marduk say he wanted something that was cornbread fed. So he chose an earth woman to marry. And how did that make Enlil and Enki feel? How did that make them feel? Even Nitma, Enki, Enlil, and Nitma, they was all a bit disgusted by it. They was all a bit perturbed by it. Enlil say, nigga, you just like your daddy. Your daddy was down here humping on these damn earth monkeys, and you down here trying to marry one. Right? So Enlil got mad at him and spazzed out at him about that. And then Enlil blamed Enki. Enlil told Enki, it's your fault. You started all this. You down here fornicating with these beasts, and now your son want to marry one. So what did they tell Marduk? They say, well, Marduk, if you're going to marry her, you can't never bring her to Nibiru. And you basically can never be a king on Nibiru. Right? And Marduk said, I renounce my throne of Zymunda. I renounce my throne for Zymunda. My boy Marduk say, no, man, I risk it all for Sarpenian. So we saw that. And then we saw his homeboys come to see the wedding. His homeboys came to see the wedding, the GG. They were like, yeah, we gonna be there and there, man. You know you out, bro, man. We coming down there to see the wedding. And then them boys got down there and they say, man, look, y'all know we rock with bro. We gotta get ours. You know what I'm saying? The GG were like, man, we gotta get ours, dog. We tired of not getting what we want. So what the EGG do? The EGG say enough is enough. We want us some women. If Marduk can have an earth woman, we should be able to have earth women. So they come down, they kidnap the earth women, they have sex with the earth women, and out of that is born the Nephilim. The Nephilim. In the Bible, they told you the sons of God came down into the daughters of man, and that created the Nephilim. And in those days, there were giants. Ain't that what it told you? Ain't that what it told you? See, it's until you stop being afraid of the Bible. See, they gave you the Bible in such a way that it made you fear the Bible. So in your mind, if I question the Bible, or if I say anything against the Bible, I'm going straight to hell. That's been ingrained in your mindset. And until you can get over that, when you get over that, then you can properly decode the Bible. You can study the Bible and figure out what's going on. That's my next big movement right there. The decoding of the Bible. Especially the Old Testament. So when you decode the Bible, you see that these things did not unfold the way it's written. It's written in such a way where you would think, oh God, the God that we serve, the God that created the universe. There's a big difference in the parent race and the creator. Huge difference. Two forms of creation. There's the creation that seeded the world, the creation that created the world and seeded the world. And then there's the creation that genetically altered the seeded creation. So you got the seeded creation and then there's the genetically altered creation. One was done by the God of the universe. One was done by the Anunnaki. People need to know the difference. Okay? So we got to see that episode of the EGG coming down and having sex with these women. Now, I want y'all to understand something right quick, because the Sumerian tablets, they are not going to go into super detail about what happened day to day. Okay? They're not able to give us every detail day to day, because then the class will be 2 years long. So this is what I need y'all to know. When the EGG came down into the daughters of men, and they had sex with them and created the Nephilim, the EGG, this is when the EGG started to infiltrate humanity. They started to take portions of humanity and build their own armies, right? They started to take earthlings and teach earthlings different things. They taught earthlings how to make fire. They taught earthlings how to plant certain plants, right? To make drugs. I'm just going to go on, they taught them the twisting and tying of roots. Basically taught them how to make drugs. Taught them how to make weapons. This is what the EGG did. So when y'all hear about the fallen angels corrupting man, this is what they was talking about. They was talking about the EGG teaching men how to make weapons. They taught men the art of warfare. Man didn't have that. Man didn't know nothing about warfare. Didn't know nothing about fighting. They ain't know nothing about that. This is what y'all got to understand about this shit that we learning. All of this shit that we see, the way we see the world today, that's not how people saw the world 100,000 years ago. They didn't have no reference. They was basically blissfully ignorant. Do y'all know what that means? The early humanity was blissfully ignorant. They had no knowledge of just none of the things that they needed to be looking out for. Right? This is all what we learned later. After looking back on history, we're able to say, oh, this was bad, this was good, and they should have did this, they shouldn't have did that. They didn't have no knowledge of that. So they were just being led. They were just being guided, being led, and being taught. So these EGG are the ones who taught man how to smoke dope, how to drink, how to party, right? They taught me in all of these things that they say, right, Dish? Give it up for the EGG, right? The EGG taught us how to roll the blunt. Right? The EGG was like, hold on, you got to hold it up like that. So, But the Ijiji taught men, at least that's what they say. They say that the Ijiji taught us the things that corrupted us. That's what Enki and Leo say. Mm-hmm. Maybe the Ijiji taught us a good time. Maybe the Ijiji recognized that we were being overworked. Yeah, right? Yeah, gave us some brew and everything, man. Come on now. So, and also, we got to cover the birth of Noah, whose name isn't Noah. See what I'm saying? How white folks just jumped up and decided, I'm going to call him Noah. Like, how did they get this information and they get to the name Noah? Like, what the fuck? The man's name was Sisudra. 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 Okay? His name meant respite. And and listen, the birth of Noah is one of the man, it's probably top 3 in the ratchet stories of the Anunnaki, but it's one of my favorite. Okay, so the story of Noah is amazing, right? So you got, first of all, you got the Anunnaki Corporation, these gold mining corporation, right? They got different work sites all over the Middle East, all over. They got different work sites, right? And at these work sites, some of the earthlings are supervisors, okay? Managers, you got managers, supervisors, you got, you know what I'm saying, all kind of positions, okay? At one of the work sites, the son of Methuselah, Lamech or Lumak, was a supervisor, a workforce workmaster. He was a workmaster. That's what they called it. And Lumak had a beautiful wife. He had a hottie toddy, okay? And one day, this woman came up to the work site to bring Lumak some lunch. This woman just come up there. She come up there to bring her husband a couple sandwiches and a soda. But she had on some Daisy Dukes. I don't know who let her come out the house like that. But she went up to the work site, and it just so happens old loose dick was at the work site. Enki himself. Enki saw the man, old lady, and said, who that? Enki was like, man, who that is? Like, they like, Enki, chill, man. You got enough little earth kids that, hey, dog, mind your business. Who that is right there? That's Lamech's wife. Lamech? Who that nigga is? Okay, I tell you what. Tell Lamech, he told Marduk, because this was Marduk's work site. He said, Marduk, come here. Son, I need you to do me a favor. Tell this Lamech guy that you need him to go to another work site. Send him down to the lower Abzu. Send Lamech to the lower Abzu. Tell that nigga to build a city or something. Tell him to go work on building a city. We're going to pay him a little extra money. Send him down there. So Lamech come home to his wife. He say, hey, baby, I got to go. Enki want me to go to the lower Abzu and build a new city. I'm going to be gone for about 2 months. I'll be back. Soon as that man was gone, Enki called over there and told his sister, hey, I need you to tell that girl, Lamech's wife, I need you to tell her to come up to your place for a visit, okay? Do that for me, sis. So she calls him. She calls Lamech's wife. Lamech's wife goes up to see Ninmah, and out pops Enki. Enki came out that bitch with that eagle. He had that eagle robe on, buck naked. You know what time it is, baby. What time? So Enki ain't waste no time. Having sex with the wife of Lamech. Okay? So Enki had sex with Lamech's wife, got her pregnant, and now somebody got to tell Lamech that his wife is pregnant. Lamech like, I know I ain't hit that ass in a minute. She pregnant? We've been using protection. How she get pregnant? I've been out here working for damn near a year. I've been away from the house for a year. How she get pregnant? Okay? So Lamech come back. Lamech like, he don't care. That's my baby. I ain't tripping. And then Lamech sees the baby. What is that? What the fuck is that? Lamech almost dropped the baby on his head, man. Lamech almost dropped the baby on his head. Because the goddamn baby was this color. The baby was this color. Lamech this color. Lamech like, what in the hell is going on? I got to lay off that Anunnaki beer. That's the first thing he said. He said, I have got to lay off them Anunnaki 40 ounces. Got to do it. What's up, Sher? So Lamech was in disbelief. He holding an all-white baby in his hand. And I'm not talking about white like white folks. I'm not talking about white like pale skins, because they pink. They pink or red. No, we talking about white like this box. White like the snow. So if you've ever read the biblical account of Noah, you know Noah was an albino. Noah was an albino. He was a melanated albino, but he was an albino. And so this scared Lamech. Lamech ran to his father Methuselah, who we know from the Bible. Methuselah, who lived many years, okay? And he goes to his father. He say, Dad, what's going on? Like, this baby don't look shit like me. This bitch think I'm stupid. And Dad say, hold on, son. Let me handle this. I'm gonna go down here and see what's going on. So Methuselah jumped in his box Chevy, went down to Lamech's wife. Say, bitch, don't you even play with me. Is this my son's child or is it not? She said, did you have sex with the Gigi? She said, no, I swear I ain't have no sex with the Gigi. Wink, wink. Not with the Igigi. Not with the Igigi she did, but with big dog Enki. Now let me tell y'all something. Po Lamech. Yeah, this is why you need to feel sorry for Lamech. Not only did Lamech, had to raise a child that wasn't his, that coochie was never right again. That man tried to lay up in that coochie behind Enki. Y'all do know Enki is 17 foot tall. Enki like 15 feet tall. So hey man, I'm not coming behind nobody 15 feet. I ain't even finna try that boy. Hey man, I don't even want that thing no more. You can retire that thing. So now I feel bad for Lamech. Lamech had to try to lay up in that meat after Enki. You gonna retire that girl, dog. She done. So I felt bad for my boy Lamech. So yeah, so now we got Noah. Noah is actually the son of Enki. A lot of people don't realize that. Noah lived a very long time. Sesudra lived a very long time. He is what you call an Anunnaki hybrid. And this Bible is full of these Anunnaki hybrid. Adamu, Anunnaki hybrid. Adapa, Anunnaki hybrid. And so forth. Okay? So many of these people from the biblical accounts were Anunnaki hybrids, and so was Sesudra. Okay? So that's where we left off. The last time we was together, we left off with the story of Sesudra, and that is where we're going to pick up today. All right? Everybody ready to go? All right, let's proceed. In the 110th Shar was Sesudra born. If you want to write that down so you can keep up with his age, go ahead and do so. He was born in the 110th Shar. In Sharubak, he grew up and espoused Imarza. In his days, the sufferings on earth intensified. Plagues and starvations afflicted the earth. What up, Sin? Shout out to Sister Sin in the building. Now, this is the account of Earth's tribulation before the deluge, and how the mysterious Gaozu decisions of life and death in secret guided. Okay, so y'all gonna meet a character in this portion called Gaozu. Okay, Gaozu. I'm gonna wait till we get there. I'm gonna just wait till we get there to tell you about Gaozu. But just remember that name. Okay, Galzu. Remember that name. That's a very important character in this portion. By the conjugations of the Igigi and the earthling daughters was Enlil greatly disturbed. By Marduk's espousal of an earthling female, Enlil was distraught. In his eyes, the Anunnaki mission to Earth had become perverted. To him, the howling, shouting earthling masses and a headache became. Oppressive, the pronouncements of the earthlings have become. So basically at this point, this is what they want you to know. Earthlings are everywhere. We far away from the days of just Adamu and Tiamat. We far away from the day of just from the Adamu line and maybe one or two civilized ones. Now there are numbers upon the earth. There are multitudes of earthlings upon the earth, okay? And Enlil say he's sick and tired of y'all. Enlil say, I am sick and tired. I hate hearing them motherfuckers. I hate hearing them walk. Enlil, that daddy, when you have to come back and move in the house with him, you have to tiptoe around the house. You go down to try to get something out the refrigerator at night, and you hear that nigga come, what the fuck you doing down here in the refrigerator? Eating up all the hog maw. Right? So Enlil say he just sick of y'all. Oppressive the pronouncements of the earthlings had become. The conjugations of sleep deprive me. So did Enlil to the others say. In the days of Sesudra, plagues and pestilence afflicted the earth. Aches, dizziness, chills, the earthlings overwhelmed. So at this particular time, the earth is going through something. A lot of people getting sick. It's a lot of famine going on. Pestilence is amongst the earth. So they said right now, they're like, hey, Ninmah basically said, let us teach the earthlings how to cure themselves, okay? Because that tells you they didn't know how to do nothing. Everything had to be provided for them. The early earthlings, everything had to be provided for them. They didn't know how to make medicine. They didn't know how to grow food. They were workers. They were taught to do a specific task, and that's the only task they did. The ones that grew food, that could grow food, you could only grow food for the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki basically portioned out the rations, okay? So, like, for example, you had Cain and Abel. One was growing food and one was raising the animals. They were the only two people doing that. And if they had more doing that, then they can only do it under the tutelage of the Anunnaki. You can't do it for yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like farming wasn't something you could just be like, I'm going to go to the crib and plant me some shit, right? So it had to go through the Anunnaki if anything got planted, farmed, anything. So at this point, it's so many earthlings out here. The Anunnaki are struggling to keep control of the numbers. That's basically what happened. The shit got out of hand. And it was like how the hell we take care of all these people, right? So Ninmah said, let us teach the earthlings how to make cures, how themselves ready to learn. This by decree I forbid. Who do y'all think forbid it for us to learn how to make our own medicines and plant our own foods? Who do y'all think is the one forbidding that? Just by guess. Huh? There you go. Now you start to see. Bitch ass nigga. And they be talking about Enlil, talking about, look. And I'm telling y'all, now when y'all realize, when I show y'all that Enlil is the Hebrew God, and you got folks running around this motherfucker talking about, we the chosen people, you're going to realize, yeah, I'm cool with that, big dog. Chosen by who? Chosen by who? Enlil? Nigga, fuck Enlil. So, no, I'm good on that chosen people shit. Because if we were so chosen, we wouldn't have been ended up in no fucking slavery. This by decree I forbid, Enlil to her pleas retorted. In the lands whereto the earthlings have spread, waters from their sources did not arise. The earth shut its womb, vegetation did not sprout. Let us earthlings pond and canal building teach. They say, let us teach the earthlings pond and canal building, okay? Let them from the seas fish and sustenance obtain, okay? So they want to teach them how to make canals so that the water from the sea can flow in. They want to teach them how to create ponds so they can have little fishes in the ponds, right? So did Enki to the other leaders say, this by decree I forbid, Enlil to Enki said, let the earthlings by hunger and pestilence perish. Tell you all you need to know about Enlil. Enlil say, let them motherfuckers die. Let that because Enlil is done with the whole shit at this point. He really want to go home. Okay, that's one thing. The nigga want to leave. Okay, he tired of he see his brother down here humping on these earthlings. His nephew to marry the earthling. The man just sick of y'all shit at this point. Okay, so he say let y'all die. That nigga Enlil so mean. Let the earthlings by hunger and pestilence perish. For one shar, the earthlings ate the grasses of the field. Okay? So shit, man, we was down so bad we couldn't do nothing but eat the grass. For one shar, the earthlings ate the grasses of the field. For the second shar, the third shar, the vengeance of Enlil they suffered. Okay? So 3 shars, he let folks just basically depopulation. Okay? Depopulation. In Sharubak, Siasudra city, the suffering unbearable was becoming. To Eridu, Siasudra of the earthlings, a spokesman journeyed. To the house of the Lord Enki he made his way. By the name of his Lord he called. For help and salvation to him he pleaded. Enki, by Enlil's decrees, was bound. Okay? So they say, it was bad. And in the city that Siasudra, a.k.a. Noah, it was really bad in his city. Okay? So he went to Enki because he got to relate. He don't know that Enki is daddy, but he know that these Anunnaki people been real nice to him. So he went to Enki's domain and he said, Lord Enki, please, okay? Please help us. But Enki was like, damn, I can't even help. That's my son, because I can't help because my brother gonna act like a bitch if I help. So Enki's hands was tied. In those days, the Anunnaki for their own surviving were concerned. So the Anunnaki was like, we can't be too worried about what's going on with y'all damn earthlings. We're running out of food, right? Because the land is dry. The land is going through a famine, through a drought, okay? So they worrying about how they gonna eat. Their own rations were diminished. By earth's changes, they themselves became afflicted. And the reason why they rations were diminished, because you letting all the earthlings die. That's who do all the work for you. Y'all, the Anunnaki wasn't doing as much work as they used to. So I'm sure that affected the supply. On Earth, as on Mars, the seasons lost their regularity. For one shar, for 2 shars from the Nibiru, the heavenly circuits were studied. Hey, let me ask y'all something real quick, because what I just read made me think about something. On Earth, as on Mars, the seasons lost their regularity. So it means the seasons wasn't behaving like they normally behave. Am I the only person that noticed that the trees are still green right now when they should be brown? Like, I don't know about where y'all at in the world, but in Texas, the trees are still green. Like, ain't no leaves falling. Like, I swear to God, bro, I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticing that. But, like, it should be cold. It should be, like, this shit's still green as hell. Like, it feel like we still, to be honest with you, am I tripping, or do it feel like we still in like summertime in Texas? I swear to God, bro, let me tell y'all something. I got allergies really bad. Okay? I got allergies really bad. I got mountain cedar. We out in Texas, we get this mountain cedar blowing down into like Austin, San Marcos, San Antonio, and some other places. So my allergies usually act up in October. Yeah, shit, for real. My allergies usually act up pretty bad in October. Brother, I'm in November and I ain't even sneezed. Okay? So, I don't know. And then I'm going to tell y'all why I'm saying that. Hold on. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. How many of y'all have seen the story? How many of y'all have seen the story about the snow in Saudi Arabia? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all seen that it's snowing in Saudi Arabia, that it snowed, that they got like 2 or 3 inches of snow. Y'all seen that shit? Y'all do know that this is the first time in history. This is the first time in history that them people got snow in fucking Saudi Arabia. Now I'm telling you, man, keep y'all eyes peeled because something going on. You know, I can't say if it's good or bad. See, Cat, y'all up north. That like, even the fact that y'all just getting cold is scary because y'all would have already been cold back in like the 1st of October. But like for here, like it usually be brown this time. That's what's something going on. So, but when I just read that, it made me think about that. It says on Earth, as on Mars, the seasons, their regularity lost. So are we in some kind of period where we're going to be experiencing this kind of thing, what they're experiencing? We got to stay glued. We got to stay glued. For 1 shar, for 2 shars from Nibiru, the heavenly circuits were studied. Oddities in planetary destinies from Nibiru were observed. On the sun's face, black spots were appearing. From its face, flames shot up. Now let me tell y'all something. That right there that I just read should be the validation. You should need no more validation that this shit is legit. Who in the fuck knew about the black spots, knew about the sunspots on the sun that 5,000 years ago? Who could have written that into a Sumerian tablet about black spots appearing on the sun? Those are where solar flares shoot up from. We only know that today because of the high-powered telescopes we got. We know that today because of the stuff that, you know, the tools that we have. So for them to be talking about that in this book, bro, it tell you, bro, we dealing with a high level of validation right here, bro. So they studying the sun. They say on the sun's face, black spots were appearing. From its face, flames shot up, solar flares. Jupiter also was misbehaving. Its hosts, its footings lost. Dizzying were the circuits. The asteroid belt was by unseen net forces pulled and pushed. Something was going on. For reasons unfathomed, the sun, its family, was upsetting. The destinies of the celestials by unsavory fates were overtaken. On Nibiru, the savants raised alarms. In the public squares, the people gathered. The creator of all, to primordial days, the heavens is returning. Angry is the creator of all. Voices from amongst the people shouted. So even on Nibiru, they are experiencing these cataclysms, okay? So Earth is going through these changes. Jupiter is going through some changes. They say the Earth, the sunspots on the Earth are flaring up. And Nibiru is going through a lot of changes. So much so that on Nibiru, people are starting to say that God is mad at them. Okay? They say God is mad. Angry is the creator of all. From amongst the people shouted. What's up, UMF? No, bro. What's happening, my brother? Peace and love to you, family. Peace and love. On earth, the tribulations were increasing. Fear and famine had reared their heads. For 3 shars, for 4 shars, the instruments the white land facing were observed. For 3 shars, for 4 shars, the instruments the white lands facing were observed. Okay? So you know they got an observatory at the Cape, at the tip of Cape Horn. And you can see Antarctica. You can see the ice wall. Okay? And they starting to see that these ice caps are melting. By Nergal and Ereshkigal, odd rumblings in the white land snows were recorded. Odd rumblings in the white land snow. So they able to see this stuff happening. So I want y'all to understand that the Great Flood didn't just happen. There was a process of this happening. It was almost like a 20,000, 30,000 year process leading up to what became the deluge. Okay? And that's what they're explaining right now. The snow ice that the white land covers to sliding has taken. Let me read that again. The snow ice that the white land covers to sliding has taken. So they saying that the ice caps has started sliding. Y'all know how big an ice cap is, right? They fucking huge. And we talking about big, large sheets of ice. Right? Just imagine if you got this, if this is, let's say this is the oceans of the earth, right? And we fill this up with water. If I drop a big ice cube in there, if I drop a big ice cube in this, what it's going to do? It's gonna overflood. You understand that? The ice sits above sea level. So when the ice slides, it slides down into the water. Whoosh, just like you dropping a big cube of ice in a glass full of water. Okay? So these ice sheets, when they talking about the ice sheets breaking apart, hey man, that should have raised the level of water up around the world. Okay? So they are noticing this. This is what they are observing. In the land beyond the seas, the Nerta in this haven foretelling instruments established. Quakes and jitters at the earth's bottom with the instruments he noticed. An odd matter is afoot, so that Enlil to Anu on the Biru, words of alarm send. For the 5th shar, for the 6th shar, the phenomena gain strength. Let me keep up with this shit, because they keep talking about these shars going by. So we 6 shars in at this point. Let's see. I got to use my timeline right quick. Is this 6 shards from the birth of 110 shar, Noah birth? Six shards after. So let me see what that math like. I got to do a little math right quick, guys. Give me a second. 3,600 times 6 equals, so that's 21,000 years from the time of his birth. And he was born in the 110th shar. So let's do 110 times 3,600. 396,000 minus, so let's do 450 minus 396. So that would have left us at 54,000 BC. Minus 21,600. Okay. So right now, we are at 32,400 BC. Okay. Now, I want to keep it real with y'all right quick about something. There's still some debate about when the Great Flood actually happened. Some people say it happened 30,000 years ago. Some people say it happened 11,500 years ago. Okay? if the 30,000 number is right, then the pyramids are way older than what we even thought. Okay, we thought that the date of the pyramids, well, science teaches that the date of the pyramids, were only like 4,500 years old. I mean, like 6,500 years old, which is bullshit. Way older than that. The Anunnaki said that they built the motherfuckers in 10,500 BC. That's what the Lost Book of Enki says, 10,500. But there are some people who believe that these pyramids are probably about 32 to 33,000 years old. So we still dealing with some debate on this, okay? Now, Göbekli Tepe, if y'all know about Göbekli in Turkey, all right? Let me show y'all Göbekli Tepe. This is one of their older sites. If you don't know about Göbekli Tepe, go do your research on it. It's like the oldest. It's probably like it's considered the oldest site known to man. It's the oldest archaeological site known to man. I'm sorry, it's the oldest structural site. Oldest structural, where they got actual buildings and structures and things of this nature. This thing got 50-foot tall pillars. Look at these big old ass pillars right here. Some of these pillars are like 50-foot tall, and they got bird beams on them. They got a lot of different stuff, okay? But Göbekli, it was considered to be about 30,000 years old, okay? And the thing about Göbekli, let me show y'all why. Let me tell you why I'm telling y'all this. Göbekli was one of these sites where a lot of stuff, where the site was buried, okay? They buried the site on purpose, okay? So let me ask y'all this. If they buried the site on purpose, don't you think that was probably in preparation for something? Don't you think it was in preparation for something? If you do your research on Göbekli Tepe, you're going to find out that they buried the site on purpose, okay? So, whatever happened 30,000 years ago, they knew something was coming. They knew something was coming, and by reading the tablets, that's what this is telling us. It's telling us that they were preparing, okay? So we read that, okay, they can observe from the lower Absu, they can observe the white lands. So they could see that something was about to happen. They could see that something, the deluge was coming, okay? So I'm to assume that the Anunnaki started preparing, okay? And one of the things they did in preparation was bury this Göbekli Tepe, all right? Now, like I say, I'm going to stick with 12,000. But maybe they started to bury it right around this period, about 32,400 BC. That's probably when it started to get buried, okay? But please do your research on Göbekli Tepe. Look that up, Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe. Do your research on it. Old site, ancient site. For the 5th Shar, for the 6th Shar, the phenomena gained strength. On Nibiru, the savants raised an alarm. Of calamities to the king, they gave forewarnings. The next time Nibiru nears the sun, earth to Nibiru's net force shall be exposed. Did y'all hear that? Nibiru is what tipped the scales. Okay, so they basically told the savants on Nibiru. They told Anu. They said, "Hey, Anu, the next time Nibiru orbits and get close to the Earth, it's going, cause Earth, to tip the scales, and whoosh, that's what caused the deluge." Okay, so y'all need to know that. Nibiru is what tipped the scales on the deluge. All right. Mars in its circuits on the sun's other side shall a station take. Shout out to everybody gifted, man. Much love, family. I feel the love. Appreciate the love, gang. From the net force of Nibiru, earth in the heavens protection shall not have. I'm telling you, man, this is beautiful, bro, because they don't teach this shit to us. They just tell us. They just told us, oh, it was a great flood. But they don't give you no information on this, how it came to be and what happened. Bro, you cannot beat this. You cannot beat this. Jupiter and its hosts shall be agitated. Venus shall also shake and wobble. In Earth's great below, the snow ice of the white land is losing its foot. The next time Nibiru is the closest to Earth, shall approach. The snow ice of the white land surface shall come a sliding. They knew it, right? They say I told y'all when Nibiru comes into Earth's orbit, all hell breaks loose. You understand? So they knew that the next time the Nibiru come around, that it was going to push that ice on into that water. That's all it was going to take. Push that ice on into that water. Water levels rise around the world. Flood. A watery calamity it shall cause. By a huge wave, a deluge, the earth will be overwhelmed. On Nibiru, great was the consternation, uncertain about Nibiru's own fate. King, savants, and counselors about Earth and Mars also greatly worried. The king and the counselors a decision made for evacuating Earth and Mars to prepare. In the Abzu, the gold mines shut down. There from the Anunnaki to the Eden, the Anunnaki came. In Bad Tibera, smelting and refining ceased. All gold to Nibiru was lofted. All right, they shutting it down, guys. So we right here, like I said, we in 32,400 BC, and they started to shut everything down. So watch this. So basically, that's a nail in the coffin. That's exactly what happened with Quebec. That's exactly what happened with Quebec. See, they've been pondering that this site was buried on purpose. But when the archaeologists talk about it, they be like, we don't know why, but it looks like they buried it on purpose. Yeah, now we know why. They were shutting it all down. They were shutting all the sites down to show the party was coming to an end. Okay? Empty for evacuating, ready, a fleet of fast celestial chariots to Earth returned. On Nibiru, the heavenly signs were watched. On Earth, the tremors were recorded. It was at that time that from one of the celestial chariots, a white-haired Anunnaki stepped off. Uh-oh, here we go. This a bad time to miss some information. Let me tell y'all something about this class. If we was up in this motherfucker just talking about black power and we were just talking about normal shit from society, that's okay. You can miss a class, you can miss shit here and there. But there's certain things in this class, dog. that if you miss it, you miss out a huge chunk of the whole picture. Okay? So this is a piece that you want to be present for. Okay? It was at this time that from one of the celestial chariots, a white-haired Anunnaki stepped off. His name was Galzu. Great Knower was his name. With steps majestic to Enlil, he made his way. To Enlil, a sealed message from Anu he presented. I am Galzu, emissary of king and council. To Enlil, he said. By his coming, Enlil was surprised. No word from Anu of that did forecome. So check this out. The first time around, we ain't pay no attention to this, right? But listen to what Enlil said. Enlil say, hold on. Like, I ain't getting no call from Anu. Usually Anu will call and let you know, like, I'm finna send somebody. But Enlil like, who is this dude again? I didn't get no call from Anu. But anyway, let's move on. Enlil examined the seal of Anu. It was unbroken. Authentic it was. In the brew key, the message on the tablet was read. Encoding it was trustworthy. For king and council, Galzu speaks. His words are my command. So did the message from Anu state? Yeah, he was from the king, all right, the real king. That Enki and Ninmah be also summoned was Galzu's request. When they came to Ninmah, Galzu pleasantly smiled. I'm sorry, guys. I just seen something that's, I'm kind of trying to figure this out. There go Earth's orbit. There go the sun. And here's Earth's orbit. Oh, damn. There go Nibiru. That's how Nibiru come in that motherfucker. Ooh-wee. I got a picture, guys, of Nibiru entering entering this solar system. How it enters. I got a picture of it right here. I'm going to share that picture with y'all at some point. Okay, so I got to remember that. That's why I paused. 9, 4, or 5. Pic of Nibiru's orbit. And it's dope. All right, cool. We coming, Kingpin. We coming. So Galzu is here. Indeed, this matter of my mission is a part. About the evacuation, it is a secret. Ever since Dumuzi on Nibiru had stayed, returning Anunnaki on Nibiru were examined. Those who on Earth stayed the longest by returning were harshly afflicted. So Galzu is telling Enki, Enlil, and Ninmah that they have been studying the people who, the Anunnaki that's been living on Earth. He says that when the Anunnaki that's been living on Earth, when they return to Nibiru, we have to study them because we got to see how these changes are going to affect them. So Galzu says the ones that lived on Earth for a long time, when they returned to Nibiru, they were very sick and ill, and most of them died. Okay, so basically Galzu is telling them that it's unsafe for them to return to Nibiru. All right. Their bodies to Nibiru's cycles were accustomed no longer. Their bodies were no longer accustomed to Nibiru's cycles. This is what he's telling them. They died because their bodies wasn't accustomed to Nibiru's cycles. Okay? Their sleep was disturbed. Their eyesight was failing. The net force of Nibiru weighted their walk. Their minds were also afflicted. as sons were older than their parents that they had left. So, like Ninmah, right? So Ninmah has became very old and decrepit, okay? So they saying, you know, people, when she returned, her mother and her father is going to look younger than her because, you know, because of Earth. Earth has aged them very fast, okay? Death, my comrades, to the returnees quickly came. Of that I am here to give a warning. Okay, so Galzu telling these motherfuckers, hey man, y'all might want to think about staying on Earth. Because most of the Anunnaki that has returned to Nibiru then died from the changes. Okay? The three leaders on Earth, the longest by words, became silent. Ninmah was the first to speak. Leaders on Earth, the longest by words, became silent. Ninmah was the first to speak. Enki, the wise one, to her words consented. That much was clear, he said. Enlil, with anger, was seized. Before the earthlings like us, we are becoming. Now we as earthlings have become imprisoned to this planet. The whole mission to a nightmare has turned by Enki and his earthlings from masters, slaves we have been made. So basically, Enlil is basically saying, man, we just like these damn earthlings now. We've been hanging around them too long. We just like them. The outburst, Galzu with compassion, listen. Indeed, much there is to ponder, he said. On Nibiru, much thinking and soul-searching deep questions were raising. Should Nibiru been left to its fate? Whatever by the creator of all intended to let to happen. Of that my comrades will debate. So Galzu to them was saying, now this is the secret command from Nibiru. The three of you on Earth will remain. Only to die to Nibiru will you return. Okay, this is Galzu telling him that this is the message from Anu. Okay? In celestial chariots, the earth encircling the calamity you shall outweigh. To each of the other Anunnaki, a choice to leave or outweigh the calamity must be given. So Galzu basically told them, the three leaders, that they got to stay. He told them that y'all got to ride around in your spaceships while the deluge happens. But he told them to give the other Anunnaki a choice to return. Now they should have knew something was up right then. Because if can't nobody return, how can we let some of them return? If Galzu telling them, if y'all return, y'all gonna die from the changes. But then Galzu tells them to let some of the others return if they want to. Okay? We're gonna tell y'all I'm gonna tell y'all the significance in that in a second. The Igigi who espouse the earthlings must choose between departure and their spouses. No earthling, even Marduk Sarpanian included, to Nibiru is allowed to journey. So they say nobody from Earth, nobody born on Earth was allowed to go back to Nibiru. For all who stay and see what happens, in celestial chariots must seek safety. Okay? So the earthlings can't know. If you marry the earthling, you can't take it to Nibiru. So he basically telling like Marduk, hey, you got to choose between your wife and going back to Nibiru. The Igigi, y'all done made all these babies with these earth women. Y'all got to choose between y'all spouses or going back to Nibiru. Okay? They say if you decide to stay, you got to get in your spaceship and just circle the earth until it's over. As for all others to depart, As for all the others to depart from Nibiru, they must be ready. Forthwith, they must be ready. So did Galzu's Nibiru's commands to the leaders in secret reveal. Now this is the account of how the Anunnaki to abandon Earth decided, and how an oath they took, allowed mankind to perish in the deluge. In Nabruki, Enlil gathered a council of Anunnaki and Igigi. The leaders, sons, and their children also were present. Word of the impending calamity Enlil to them revealed. To a bitter end, Earth mission has come. To them he solemnly said, all who wish to leave in celestial boats that are ready to Nibiru will be evacuated. But if you have an earthling spouse, they cannot return to Nibiru. Igigi, who to their spouses and offsprings are attached, let them to the highest peaks on earth escape. Okay? So the Igigi who got earth wives and earth babies, he told them, y'all better get to the highest mountain you can get to. Okay? You can stay at the highest mountains. Right? Because if you can get to a mountaintop, you can be saved from the great flood. The great flood didn't cover the mountaintops. Okay? As for a few of us, Anunnaki, who will choose to stay in boats of heaven and earth skies, we will remain. The calamity to outweigh, the fate of earth to witness. As the commander, I shall be the first. I shall be the first one to stay. So was Enlil saying. By their own choice will the others will be the others. With my father, I choose to stay. The calamity to face, so did Ninurta announce. To the lands beyond the oceans after the deluge, I will return. Nanar, Enlil's own on earth firstborn, and odd wished he announced. The deluge to outweigh not in earth skies, but on the moon, he wished. Okay? So Ninurta and Nanar say, I'm going to stay with my dad. Okay? So they going to wait it out. Ninurta said when he returned, he going to return to the land beyond the oceans, and which is the Americas. Nanar said that he wanted to wait it out on the moon. Okay? That's why he is considered the moon god. Also, he is Allah. Okay? So now y'all understand why the crescent moon is associated with Islam. Nanar, aka Sin, was fascinated with the moon. He loved the moon, okay? And he decided to wait out the deluge on the moon, okay? So this is the moon god, Nanar, also Islam's god, Allah, okay? Nanar, this is the firstborn son, firstborn earth son of Enlil, right? So you want to think about how Islam get their God, that's their God, Nanar. Enki raised an eyebrow. Enlil, though puzzled, approved. Ishkur, Enlil's youngest, to remain on earth with his father, made his decision. Utu and Inanna, Nanar's children who on earth were born, also declared to stay. Enki and Ninki, to stay in earth not to abandon, they proudly chose. So, you know what this here, basically like, this is a gathering, right, at a council. And basically everybody standing up one by one. I choose to stay on earth. I too choose to stay. I am staying with my father. I will choose to stay on earth. So everybody basically getting up, declaring their decision to stay, okay? The Igigi and Sarpenian, I shall not desert, Marduk with anger stated. So Marduk said, ain't nowhere in the world I'm leaving my wife and my homies, okay? He said, I'm not going to desert my people. One by one, Enki's other sons, their choices to stay announced. Nergal and Jibble, Ninegal and Ningazita, and Dumuzi too, all decided to stay. All eyes turned to Ninmah. All eyes to Ninmah then turned. With pride, her choice to stay, she declared, "My life work is here. The earthlings, my created, I shall not abandon." By her words, Anunnaki energy to a clamor was stirred about the earthlings' fate. They inquired, "Let the earthlings for the abominations perish." So did Enlil proclaim. Boo! They gonna boo that nigga. Everybody else got love for the earthlings. Everybody got love. Enki got love for the earthlings. Ninmah got love for him. Ninurta got love. Ningazita got love for him. Then here come Enlil. Still hate. Still hate. He says, "Let the earthlings for the abominations perish." Right? Enlil wanted to let us die. Right? So how the fuck could he could be our God and all this old shit? Please. A wondrous being by us was created. By us it must be saved. Enki to Enlil shot a real hater, jealous. To this Enlil with his own words shouted, "From the very beginning, at every turn, the decisions by you were modified, Enki. To primitive workers procreating you gave. To them knowing you endowed." Okay, so he said, man, you gave them the ability to procreate. You gave them the ability to think and have knowledge. The powers of the creator of all into your hands you have taken, Enki. Thereafter, even that by abominations you fouled. With fornication, Adapa, you conceived. Understanding you gave his line. Man, Enlil going in. Enlil going in. Enlil say, "Nigga, you been down here trying to play God, and I'm sick of it. You been out here humping on these people. You done taught these people. You done made these people smart like us." Okay, this is, you got to notice. You got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Enlil is checking him for everything that he endowed us with. Okay? His offspring to the heavens you have taken. Right? He took Adapa's offspring to the heavens, right? Enoch. He talking about Enoch. His offspring to the heavens you have taken. Our wisdom with them you have shared. Every rule you have broken. Decisions and commands you have ignored. Because of you, by a civilized earthling, brother murdered a brother. Talking about Cain and Abel. Because of Marduk, your son, like the Ijiji, him with earthlings intermarried. That nigga going in on Enki. Who is lordly from Nibiru? To whom the earth belongs, to no one is no longer known. Enough to all that I say. The abominations cannot continue. Now that a calamity by a destiny unknown has been ordained, let what happened happen. So did Enlil angrily proclaim. So Enlil say, "Nigga, this all your fault. All this weird shit you did is your fault." But guess what, Enlil? All that shit he did is what saved y'all planet. Everything he did saved Nibiru. So close your mouth, jealous ass nigga. That all leaders solemnly swear to let events. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I got caught up right quick. Enough to all that I say. The abominations cannot continue. Now that a calamity by a destiny unknown has been ordained, let what must happen, happen. So did Enlil angrily proclaim. Enlil demanded that all leaders solemnly swear to let events unhindered occur. Okay? So he made all of them swear to an oath that none of them will interfere. Do y'all understand that? This is why earthlings were left to perish in the great flood. Enlil made all the Anunnaki leaders, and all Anunnaki, he made them all swear to an oath that they would not interfere. Okay? And if you go against his oath, then punishment would be upon you. Okay? First to take the oath of silence was Ninurta. Others of Enlil's side followed. Nergal of Enki's son was first to take the oath. Others of Enki's sons followed. To your command I bow, Marduk said to Enlil. But of what worth is the swearing? If the Igigi will abandon their spouses, would not fear among the earthlings spread? Ninmah was in tears. The words of the oath she faintly whispered. So Ninmah begrudgingly accepted the oath. She didn't want to. She was crying. She was in tears. But she was compelled to accept the oath because Enlil was the commander. Enlil gazed at his brother Enki. If it is the wish of the king and council, to him he said, why will you bind me with an oath? Enki asked his brother. The decision by you was made. On earth it is a commandment. The flood waters I cannot stop. The earthly multitudes I cannot save. To what oath to bind me do you desire? So did Enki ask his brother. So Enki is basically saying, why we need an oath? Why I gotta swear an oath to you, my nigga? I can't stop the flood waters. I can't save all these earthlings. So why I gotta swear an oath? Basically, Enki was being slick. Enki was trying to find a loophole, right? He wanted to find a loophole where if he don't have to swear by oath, then he can still, help some of the earthlings. Wink, wink. But if you swear by the oath, you got to honor the oath. To let all happen as if by fate decreed, let it as Enlil's decision be known. On Enlil alone, let the responsibility forever rest. So did Enki to all pronounce. So don't ever forget that. They say for all eternity, remember that this was Enlil's decision to let the earthlings perish. Brother, you can't get me to accept this dude as my God. Okay? That dude didn't want us here. That dude didn't even want us to learn. That dude didn't want us to feed ourselves, heal ourselves, and he wanted us to die. Okay? So no, I'm not going to do that. But the little Hebrew Israelites can keep calling him their God. They don't even know that the Enlil their God. They need to be educated. Then Enki from the assembly departed. Marduk with him also left. With quick words of command, Enlil the assembly brought with quick words of the command, Enlil brought the assembly to order. Task for what was to be done, he with firm decisions assigned. Between those who will depart and those who will stay, arrange the grouping. Places for assembly to designate, equipment to collect, chariots to assign. First to depart with those who to Nibiru were returning. With much embracing in the locking of arms and joy mixed with sorrow, the celestial boats they boarded. Okay, so these are the people that's going back to Nibiru. All right, so they shaking hands, showing love. I love you, bro. I'm gonna miss you, bro. Man, tell my mama when you get to Nibiru, tell my mama I say, hey, dog. You know what I'm saying? So all the people that's going back to Nibiru are boarding celestial boats. One after the other, the vehicles from Sipar roared aloft. At first, those left behind journeyed safely, shouted, then muted were the cries. After the launchings toward Nibiru were completed, the turn of Marduk and the Igigi with earthling spouses came. Marduk assembled all of them on the landing place. A choice to them he gave. With him in Sarpenian and 2 sons and daughters to the moon, to Mars, to go to outwait the calamity. Okay? So this is Marduk. Marduk went to the landing place and he basically took a bullhorn and he told the Ijiji, y'all can go with me. I'm going back to Mars. Okay? Me, my wife, and my 2 sons, we're going to wait it out on Mars. If y'all want to come with me, hop on in. All right? Or to the distant lands, to the distant mountain lands on earth disperse. A haven from the deluge to find. So the choices was you can go wait it out on the earth mountaintop, or you can come to Mars with us. Okay, those are the choices that he gave the Ijiji. Enlil, then, of those who had remained, took account. By groupings to them, chariots he assigned. Ninurta to the mountain lands beyond the oceans, Enlil directed, on earth rumblings to report. To Nergal and Erishkigal, the task, the white lands to watch, Enlil assigned. To guard against an onrush of earthlings, to Ishkur, the task Enlil gave. To bar access, barrier and boat to erect and boister. All preparations, Sipar, the place of the celestial chariots, was the center. To Sipar, Enlil, the tablets of destiny from Nibruki moved. A temporary bond heaven earth was established there. His brother Enki then addressed Enlil. To him he was thus saying, however, if the calamity might be survived, let all that had happened be remembered. Here we go, guys. Listen up. Okay, listen up. This is important because this is what we're reading right now. His brother Enki, Enlil then addressed. Enlil told Enki, however, if the calamity might be survived, if people survive it, let all that we had done be remembered. Okay? He said, let us create a tablet of records in Sipar, in the depths of the earth, safely buried. What we reading right now, gang? What we reading right now, gang? Come on now, they found them buried. They found them buried. They was buried in the earth. Let me read that again to you so you know ain't no cap in the rap. If the calamity might be survived, let all that we had done be remembered. Let in a tablet of records in Sipar in the depths of the earth be safely buried. Let what from one planet on another done in days to come uncovered be. Come on now. They was buried, baby. Just like these folks say. These folks, let me tell y'all something, man. The reason why you can't argue against the Sumerian tablet is somebody's diary. This is somebody's diary. Somebody left a record of everything that they had encountered, everything that they did here. That's all we was missing. See, we thought that that's what the Bible was. We thought the Bible was that. But now you're in advanced. Now you're in advanced class and you realize, no, the Bible was not that. The Bible was a version of this. So throw all of that shit you know about religion, everything that you think about religion, everything you think you know about the Bible, throw that shit away, man. Come to class so you can learn the truth. Them folks told you they buried this information for future generations to find and know what they had done here on this planet. You don't think that some people that fly around in spaceships wasn't gonna leave notes You didn't think that you think they did all of this shit and they didn't leave notes about what they did? Let's use some common sense, man. That's the shit that kills me about society. Like, if you go look at the pyramids, see how technically complex the pyramids is. Whoever built them fucking pyramids was very capable of making sure you know that they were here. Okay? So please don't try to deny the tablets when I be telling y'all that this is the source of the Bible, the source of all religion. The source of all religion, okay? Just a second. Enki, his brother's words with approving, accepted. Listen to this, guys. Hold on. I'm finna drop another one on y'all. We all have heard of the Ark of the Covenant, right? We all know about the Ark of the Covenant, right? So you done heard a lot of different things about the Ark of the Covenant. You done heard that the Ark of the Covenant was some kind of power device, that it was something about this motherfucker that made it powerful. It emitted some type of power, right? They kept that Ark of the Covenant protected, right? So if you've ever seen the Ark of the Covenant, you knew it was a chest. Right? Give me a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. The Ark of the Covenant, it is a chest, right? That they carry around. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Okay. So, it had a top on it. It had a lid on. So something was inside the motherfucker. Something very important was inside the motherfucker. And I think they set it up. I think they weaponized it because what was inside of it was very important. Family, I want y'all to know something right quick. You as black people finding out right now, we coming, baby. Come on, D-Lynn. We coming. We coming. We gonna get there, baby. So I want y'all to know something. As black folks, as melanated folks, you finding out right now that your history, your knowledge of self is the most important knowledge that you can have. Do you agree? Give me a 3 in the chat if you agree with that. Would you agree that knowledge of self, which means the oral tradition of who you are, where you come from, would you agree that that's the most important information to all of humanity, right? Because without that information, we don't know who the fuck we is. We don't know why we here. And that's pretty much what's going on today. You feel me? Like, melanated folks can say what the fuck they want to. I can't speak for Europeans. I can't speak for Mexicans. But we as melanated people are trying to figure out who the fuck we are. Why are we here? What are we doing? What's the story? Right? So knowledge of self is a very important piece of information for all of humanity. You understand? Okay, so watch this. Whatever they was keeping in this chest was very important to humanity. And guys, I'm telling you right now, it ain't nothing more important. You won't even know who the fucking Anunnaki was if they didn't leave the story, the information that told you who they was and what they did, why they was here. Right? So when I tell you what was in that Ark of the Covenant was this, the lapis, the beautiful MEs, the computer program, the ones that's made out of crystal. Because y'all, I don't know if y'all know, quartz crystal is used in computers, right? So these lapis lazuli tablets, these quartz crystal tablets, these MEs that told the story of what they had did. These might have been in video form. This shit might have been in video form. I'm just being real. Okay? This is what was in the Ark of the Covenant. That's what had to be protected. The history of humanity. That's what they were protecting. So watch this. Let me read this to you again. Let me Let me, it's got, on the Ark of the Covenant, got two cherubs, two winged deities at the top of it. Not necessarily in Leo, just two winged deities. Two of the eagle, like the eagles that they the Anunnaki wear, those are the eagle vestiges. You know what I'm saying? I just showed y'all the eagle suits. Hold on, let me do this again right quick. Let me show you the eagle suits right quick. I mean, this is like, let me make sure y'all understand something. This is where America get its symbology from the Anunnaki. We're going to get into this. This is the symbol of the nurture right here. This is the symbol of the nurture, the eagle. Look at the eagle in the pyramids. Now turn over a piece of dollar. Turn over a dollar bill, and you're going to see that eagle. You're going to see these pyramids. We're going to get into this. But let me on the top of the Ark of the Covenant is two winged deities like this. That's what y'all call angels, right? So when y'all see this, y'all been taught, oh, them angels. But we know better now. Now we know that this is a suit that they wear in homage of their parent race, which was the Carians. Now we understand their homage, their respect for the eagle vestige, the eagle suit, what they call a vestige, okay? So on the Ark of the Covenant is two winged deities. Like that, okay? That's what sits on the top of it. So let me read this again and take in what I just told you. So let me read this again. However, if the calamity might be survived, let all that had happened be remembered. Let us a tablet of records in Sipar in the depths of the earth safely bury. Let what from one planet on another done in days to uncovered be. Enki, his brother's words, was approved and accepted. MEs and other tablets in golden chests they stored. Did y'all hear that? MEs and other tablets in golden chests. Golden chests. In the depths of the earth, in Sipar for posterity, they were buried. They were buried in golden chests. Very important information. So important, the Anunnaki say, let's bury it. Make sure, if we got to dig it up and find it. Thus ready for the signal to depart, the leaders awaited. The approach of Nibiru in its great circuit with apprehension they watched. It was at the time of anxious waiting that Enki his sister Ninmah addressed. To her, Enki was thus saying, in his preoccupation with the earthlings of all other living creatures, Enlil lost attention. When the avalanche of water sweeps over the lands, other living creatures, some from us, Nibiru originated. Other living creatures, some by us from Nibiru originated, most from Earth itself evolved. Yeah, it's another, remember I told you that they brought some of their animals from Nibiru? So that's just giving you a picture of that as well. When the avalanche of water sweeps over the lands, other living creatures, some by us from Nibiru originated, most from Earth itself evolved, in one sudden swoop to an extinction shall be doomed. Let us, you and me, their seed of life preserve, their life essences for safekeeping extract. Whew. The Bible told y'all that Noah went and gathered two of each animal. Can we just go ahead? Can we go ahead and accept that the Bible was put together by Boo Boo the Fools? Can we just go ahead and accept that? Them folks told y'all that man gathered up 2 of each animal. Lies. They just told you what they did. They just told you how they preserved the animals from perishing in the flood. They gathered the DNA. They gathered the DNA of these animals. Okay, listen to this. Let me read it one more time. Enki basically said, hey man, Enlil not thinking. Enlil thinking about the humans. He thinking about the earthlings, but he not thinking about all the animals that's going to die, right? He not thinking about the animals that we brought here from the Nibiru and the animals that evolved on this planet on their own. He not thinking about all the animals that's going to die, right? In one sudden swoop to an extinction, all shall be doomed. Enki said, let us their seed of life preserve. Let us preserve their seed of life. That's extracting the DNA and preserving it. Okay? Ninmah, she who gave life to the words of Enki gave favor. I shall do it in Sherubak. You do so with the Abzu's living creatures. So she gonna take care of all the creatures that's around her place. He gonna take care of all the creatures that's near his place in Africa. Okay? While the others sat idly waiting, Enki and Ninmah a challenging task undertook. So this is all the preparations. These are all preparations that's going on before the Great Flood, okay? They had to send people back to Nibiru. They had to give people a choice to whether wait it out on the mountaintops or go to another planet. But also they decided to gather up all the DNA, the essence of these different creatures upon the earth. So that's a challenging task. They undertook that challenging task. Ninmah and Sherubak by some of her female assistants was helped. Enki by Ningazita in the Abzu at the Olden House of Life was assisted. Male and female essences in life eggs they collected. Okay? Listen up. Here we go. One of each, let me say that, of each kind, 2 by 2, 2 by 2, they in Sherubak and the Abzu preserved. There go your 2 by 2 right there. That's what they told you Noah did that. Lies. Okay? Now, which one make more sense to y'all? I'm going to let y'all be the judge. Which one make more sense to y'all? The Bible's version or the Sumerian tablet version? The Bible says that Noah, one man, gathered up 2 of each animal. I mean, I don't know how he got all the goddamn polar bears and how he got all these other animals, but hey, help me understand it. Or the Anunnaki who got the ability to fly from landmass to landmass, who got the tools and the manpower to do this, took the essence, took the DNA essence, just went down to these animals and pimp, 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 pimp. Like I say, guys, you gotta, the story that they gave you biblically only makes sense if you're a baby brain. I swear to God on my life, the Bible could no longer make sense from somebody with evolved intelligence. So it don't make sense for me no more. It never did add up. That's why we had so many questions. We all used to be like, how the fuck did he gather up 2 of each animal? Like, what kind of nigga was he? Nigga, you gathered up 2 lions? That go another. We got to deal with that. Like, yeah, that must have been a hell of a boat. Right? They told us Noah, they were telling us, they made it like Noah was on a boat. That he just led all these animals onto a boat. Noah wasn't in no boat. It's something different. Something different. We're going to get there. Y'all finna see what Noah was in. I don't know if we get to it today or tomorrow, but you're going to see that Noah wasn't in no boat, gang. Okay? Male and female essences in life eggs they collected. Of each kind, 2 by 2 and 2 by 2, they in Sherubak and the Abzu preserved. For safekeeping while in earth circuit to be taken. Thereafter, the living kinds to recombine. At that time, word from the Nerta came. Earth's rumblings ominous are. At that time, word from Nergal and Erishkigal came. The white land is shaken. So we got the earth. Ninurta said that the earth is starting to have earthquakes and the white land is shaking. In Sipar, all the Anunnaki gathered. The day of the deluge, they awaited. In Sipar, all the Anunnaki gathered. The day of the deluge, they awaited. It was at that time, as the tension of awaiting was mounting, that the Lord Enki, asleep in his quarters, had a dream vision. In the dream vision, there appeared the image of a man, bright and shining like the heavens. Okay? So Enki is having some kind of vision. He fell into a slumber, and he's having some kind of dream vision. Okay? Follow me on this. In the dream vision, there appeared the image of a man, bright and shining like the heavens. And as the man approached Enki, Enki saw that it was the white-haired Galzu. Y'all remember Galzu? Put a 2 in the chat if you remember. We was just talking about Galzu. Y'all remember Galzu came to the earth and told Enki and Enlil that, hey, y'all ain't gonna be able to turn into Nibiru because y'all been on the earth too long. Y'all remember that dude? He said he came as a messenger from Anu. Y'all remember when Enlil was like, I don't remember getting a call from Anu. That's unusual, right? Because they do everything by the book. Anu always makes the call before somebody comes. So this dude just kind of popped up. And he had a real seal. He had the seal of Anu. So they had to accept it because they was like, okay, cool. He got the seal. This must come from Anu. So Enlil kind of put it to the back. Well, I ain't going to really look into it. You know what I'm saying? When Buddy say he came from Anu, he came from Anu. And he told them, hey, man, y'all, if you've been down here, you can't go back to Nibiru. If you go back to Nibiru, you're going to die because of the changes. But some of the Nibiruans can go back. If they ain't been here that long, they can go back. So let them go back. So Galzu came and gave them instructions to prepare, right? And off of those instructions, they prepared to stay, okay? So now Enki has fell into this dream vision. He having a vision in a slumber. And in that dream vision appears a white-haired individual, a long-haired individual. And it says, in the dream vision, the image of a man, bright and shining like the heavens. And as the man approached Enki saw that the white-haired Galzu he was. In his right hand, an engraver stylus he was holding. He was holding a pencil in his right hand. And in his left hand, a tablet of lapis lazuli, shining smooth, he held. All right, there you go, D-Lynn. Shout out to D-Lynn, baby. So he had a tablet made out of this. Okay, shout out to our sister D-Lynn. Get you some of that lapis lazuli. Get you some earth stones, man. All right? So he had a tablet made out of lapis. He had a stylus in his right hand, a tablet in his left hand. And as he approached near enough by Enki's bed to stand, Galzu spoke up and said, unwarranted your accusations against Enlil were, for only the truth he spoke. And the decisions as Enlil decision will be known. Hold on, let me read that over right quick. Hold on, let me get this back. As the man approached, Enki saw that the white-haired Galzu he was. In his right hand, an engraver's stylus he was holding, and in his left hand, a tablet of lapis lazuli, shining smooth, he held. And as he approached near enough by Enki's bed to stand, Galzu spoke up and said, "Unwarranted your accusations against Enlil were, for only the truth he spoke." So Galzu is telling Enki, hey, no, Enlil was right. Now I want y'all to know something. Enlil is about business. It ain't so much that Enlil hated humans. Enlil just felt like the mission had got out of control. You dig what I'm saying? If you think about it, Enlil was doing things cleanly. It's Enki that was around here dicking around, right? Sticking his penis and everything. Now I'm grateful for old Enki. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for my boy Enki. Because if not, we'll be all looking like Club Shay Shay, the goddamn Adamu, the line of Adamu. Okay, so I appreciate old Enki for making us look a little bit better. But he was reckless. He was pretty reckless. So this is Galzu telling Enki, hey, don't be unwarranted are your feelings toward Enlil. He was right. You was reckless down here, okay? And the decision known as Enlil's decision will be known, not he, but destiny decreed. Okay? So Galzu is telling Enlil and telling Enki that, hey, this ain't Enlil's decision. This is the decision of destiny. This is going to happen. Okay? Now into your hands take fate. For the earthlings that earth will inherit. Okay? So now Galzu is telling him, hey, I need you to take fate in your hands and understand that the earthlings are going to inherit the earth. Yeah, the earthlings go inherit the earth. Listen to why he's telling him this. Check it out. Summon your son, Sesudra. Without breaking the oath, to him reveal the calamity. So Galzu tells Enki in this dream vision, he says, go and get your son, Sesudra, Noah, aka Noah. He says, reveal to him that this calamity is approaching. A boat that the watery avalanche can withstand, a submersible one, tell him to build. Did y'all hear that? For all the people that thought that Noah was in a boat, Noah was in a submarine, a submersible, which makes perfect sense. A fucking boat. You know what happened to a boat? Y'all, do you understand what would have happened to a boat if it would have came upon 100-foot wall of water? Nigga, I don't give a fuck if you was on the Titanic. That motherfucker would have been capsized and flipped over. You got to build something that can go under the water. You got to build something that can travel under the water. Right? So he tells him, he says, a boat that the watery avalanche can withstand, a submersible one, tell him to build. The likes of which on this tablet to you I am showing. So on the tablet of lapis lazuli, he gave him the blueprints to build the sub. That's what this tablet was. It was the blueprints, the schematics on how to build this sub. Guys, what if I told you I got a picture of Noah's actual sub? They found it. They found that motherfucker in Mount Ararat in Turkey. They found it. Okay, we're gonna go take a look at it. We're gonna take a look at it. Let him in it save himself and his kinfolk. In the seed of all that is useful, be it plant or animal, also take. Okay? So he told Enki, he said, tell Noah, save himself and his kinfolk, and keep the seeds. Keep all the seeds from the plant and the seeds from the animals. Okay, not two of each kind. You know, Noah gonna take his animals, but he not taking all the animals in existence. But Enki has all of these animals' DNA preserved. So that is going to be on the submersible as well. Okay? Now check this out. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Let him in it save himself and his kinfolk. In the seed of all that is useful, be it plant or animal, also take. This is the will of the creator of all. Galzu is an angel. That's what y'all call angel. We know the correct term to be archon. Told y'all God was going to make an appearance. These folks been referencing God. They got a great respect for God. They are higher dimensional beings than us, means they know more, they're older. Okay? But they under God. They not of God. So when people around here calling the Anunnaki gods, you out of your fucking mind. You're not even ready for what God is. God don't need no spaceships. God don't need no tools. God don't need nothing. Anunnaki needed all of this shit. Anunnaki needed tools, spaceships, men. They needed help. They were not gods. But this is what it looks like when an archon visits you on the behalf of God, on the behalf of Yahweh. So the will of God was for earthlings to inherit the earth. Look who inherited the earth. Look who inherited the earth. Okay? So he tells Enki, go down there to your son. Give your son these instructions. Have him build this submersible. Okay? Tell him to save him and his kinfolk. That's it. Just him and his people. Because from them, the world is going to be repopulated. But not just them, though. That's the kicker. Now, wait till y'all find out that Noah and his family was not the only survivors of the great flood. This is that shit they never taught you. You've been taught your whole life that Noah was the only one that survived the flood. First, they said it was Noah. Now we know he had his wife and his sons with him too. And his sons had their wives. Did y'all know that? It was Noah, his wife, his sons, and their wife, and a few people from their town. So this is Enki being visited by Galzu and the archangel, the archon. Okay? Galzu in the dream vision with the stylus on the tablet drew an image and placed the engraved tablet by the side of Enki's bed. And after the image faded, the dream vision ended. And Enki, with a shudder, awoke. In his bed, Enki for a while remained lying. With wonder, the dream vision he pondered. What was there of the meaning? What omen did it hold? Then, as off his bed he stepped to, and behold, there was a tablet. Boom. It wasn't no fucking dream. Oh, it was a dream, all right, but it was a dream come true. So Enki was in his dream vision thinking that he's just having a dream, and then when he woke up, the fucking tablet, the blue tablet, was right there. What in a mere dream vision he had seen, now by his bedside, was there materially. Okay? Come on with it now. Try to tell y'all, man. We trying to show y'all what God is real. I've been telling y'all God is real. The archons are real. It's just the version y'all got from church is not. With trembling hands, the Lord Enki picked the tablet up. A design of a curious shaped boat upon the tablet he saw. By the tablet's edge, measuring markings there were. The boat's measures indicating. Astir with awe and hope, the Lord Enki by sunrise for his emissaries quickly sent. Find the one called Galzu. To him I must speak. So to them he said. So he's still thinking, listen, he still ain't realized that Galzu is an angel. He thinking Galzu is staying at one of the homes. He thinking he's staying in one of the Anunnaki homes, right? So he calls some of the Anunnaki, the lower level Anunnaki. He say, man, go find Galzu. Go tell Galzu to come here. By sundown, all came back to Enki, thus reporting Galzu was nowhere to be found. Galzu, they said, to Nibiru returned long ago. Greatly baffled Enki was. The mystery in its omen to understand he strove. Unravel the mystery he could not. Yet the message was clear to him. That night, to the reed hut where Sazudra was sleeping, Enki stealthily went. Okay? So if y'all know anything about the biblical account of Noah, of God talking to Noah, right? Let me see if I can pull it up. All right, let me see. I want the one, let me see. In Genesis chapter 8, verse 15, then God spoke to Noah saying, go out. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the wrong one. God told Noah to, then God said to Noah, to him and his sons, that ain't the one I was listening. God told Noah to build an ark to save him and his family from a global flood. I'm trying to find the account when they speak about God speaks to Noah. Let me see. Maybe it's this one. I can't find it, but I'm trying to find the one where he tells them from the reed hut. Okay. I can't find the one I'm looking for. But you know, in the story, in the biblical story, it says that God spoke to Noah from a reed, from a reed through the reed hut wall. Okay, so listen to this. That night, to the reed hut where Sazudra was sleeping, Enki stealthily went. Not breaking the oath, the Lord Enki, not to Sazudra, but to the hut's wall spoke. Okay? So you remember Enlil told Enki that by oath you cannot interfere. Right? Remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember Enki telling Enlil and telling all the Anunnaki not to interfere with the deluge. Do not warn the humans. Do not prepare the humans. Right? So let me show y'all how slick old Enki is. Enki say, I ain't gonna break the oath, right? He told me not to talk to the earthlings, right? So Enki decides that instead of talking, going down having a conversation with Sazudra, he's going to beam his voice through the hut's wall, basically like using a megaphone, okay? He basically using a megaphone to beam his voice through the hut wall, okay? He says, wake up, to the reed wall, Enki was saying. From behind the reed screen, he was speaking. When Sazudra, by the words, was awakened, to him, Enki from behind the reed screen said, reed hut, to my words pay attention, to my instructions pay heed. On all the habitations over the city, a calamitous storm will sweep. The destruction of mankind and its offspring will be. This is the final ruling, the word of the assembly by Enlil convened. This is the decision by Anu and Enlil, and Ninmah spoken. Now heed my words, observe the message that to you I am speaking. Abandon your house, build a boat, spurn possessions, save the life. The boat that you must build is designed and measurements on a tablet are shown. By the reed hut's wall on the tablet I shall leave. Make sure that the boat shall be roofed. Y'all heard that? What kind of boat got a roof on it? What kind of boat got a roof on it, gang? Make sure that the boat shall be roofed throughout. The sun from the inside must not be seen. They say make sure it got a roof on it. Make sure you can't see the sun from the inside. Hey, last time I checked, if we was on the boat, you can't do nothing but see the sun. So this wasn't no goddamn boat. You can't see the sun from the inside, so you must be closed, okay? So let me go ahead and pull this picture up right quick, because we got it. Hold on. They found this motherfucker. This the top. This thing closed. This had a top over it. You know what I'm saying? This is what they walked out of. They walked out of it here. But this used to have a top over the top. This is it right here. All right. It's from 100,000 years this motherfucker been sitting out there. Goddamn 60,000 years. Okay? This is it right here. This is a sub right here, baby. This is over in Mount Ararat, guys. This is from Mount Ararat lies the Ark of Noah. Okay, this is it right here, gang. This is not a mountain. This is not a hill. This is a goddamn boat. All of this laying around there flat as hell. Then out of nowhere is this structure. You know, goddamn well this ain't no structure from the earth. This thing just out of all that flat ass land that's around it, out of nowhere this thing exists. Make sure that the boat shall be roofed throughout. The sun from the inside must not be seen. The tackle must be very strong. The pitch strong and tight to ward off the water. So y'all know what pitch and tackle is, right? That's basically when you take like a substance and like kind of like they use sap. They've used all kind of molasses, anything to seal up holes and cracks. Okay? Pitch and tackle that's used to seal up holes to make sure ain't no holes in it. Okay? Let the boat be one that can turn and tumble. Did y'all hear that? Let the boat be one that can turn and tumble the watery avalanche to survive. Well, what do we know about submarines? We know that submarines can do what? Turn and tumble. In 7 days, build it. Into it, your family and kinfolk gather. Okay? Your family and your kinfolk. In the boat, food, water for drinking heap up. Household animals also bring. Then on the appointed day, a signal to you shall be given. A boat guide who knows the water by me appointed to you that day will come. Okay, so Noah, on the day of the great flood, there's going to be an Anunnaki that's going to come and drive the submarine. Okay, So it was not Noah who was operating this motherfucker. It was an Anunnaki that's gonna come and drive it for him. On that day, the boat you must enter, its hatch. They go to hatch right here, guys. It's just missing. All right, it's just missing. The hatch you must tightly close. Okay? Now, this ain't no gopher wood, my G. This is over in Mount Ararat in Turkey. This ain't gopher wood at all. This ain't gopher wood. This over in Mount Ararat. That's some shit that they added later. That gopher wood shit. An overwhelming deluge coming from the south, lands and life shall devastate. Your boat from its moorings it shall lift. The boat it shall turn and tumble. Fear not, to a safe haven the boat guide will navigate you. By you shall the seed of civilized mankind survive. When Enki's voice fell silent, a god was Sudra. On his knees, he fell prostrate. My Lord, he shouted. See what I'm saying? That's how they thought. They thought that these were, their gods. But they called him Lord, in reference of his royal lineage. My Lord, your voice I heard. Let me see your face. Not to you I have spoken, Sudra. To the reed wall did I speak, so Enki said. That's his wink, right? Because remember, Enlil told him not to speak to the humans. So Enki said, I didn't tell you. You ain't hear from me. That's basically what Enki's saying. You ain't hear from me. Okay? I'm speaking to the wall. You just heard some shit. You ain't hear from me, right? So that's his way of saying, that's Enki's way of trying to say, that's his way of creating a loophole to go around breaking the oath, okay? By Enlil's decision, by oath upheld I am. I am bound to secrecy that all the Anunnaki swore. If my face you shall see, surely like all earthlings you will die. Now read Hut, to my words pay heed. The purpose of the boat, a secret of the Anunnaki with you must remain. When the townspeople will inquire, to them you will say. So he say, hey man, you got to keep the purpose of the boat. You got to keep that a secret. Don't tell nobody. When the townspeople inquire, to them you will say this. The Lord Enlil with my Lord Enki has been angry. Okay? This is what he's instructed to tell the people that lives in the town. The Lord Enlil with my Lord Enki has been angry. To Enki's abode in the Abzu I am sailing. Perchance Enlil will be appeased. For a while silence followed. Sudra from behind the reed wall came. A tablet of lapis lazuli in the moonlight shining he saw and picked up. The image of a boat upon it was drawn. Notches its measurements gave. Wisest of civilized men was Sudra. What he had heard he understood. So he told him, he said, man, make sure you don't let the people in the town know what's going on. Tell them motherfuckers that the gods are mad and that you gonna sail to the abode of the gods to make things right, right? In the morning to the townspeople he so announced. The Lord Enlil, somebody show Surfer the Third the door. You in the wrong space. You can take that dumb shit out of here. This is my class. Don't bring no dumb shit in my class. We ain't doing no guessing up in here. This is a classroom. So we're gonna show you the door. We don't do no guessing up in here. Get that dumb shit out of here. I don't know why folk be thinking that we up in here like we up in here on some guesswork. This ain't no fucking guesswork. Look at this dumb shit this motherfucker said. Noah's Ark lies on the top of Mount Everest. Ooh, you gotta be a dumbass. Them motherfuckers don't even know where Mount Everest is located at. Woo. Lord have mercy. A whole, man, come on, man. God damn, they be out here. They be out here. All right? These the folks love telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah. And Mount Everest, got you. The Lord Enlil with the Lord Enki, my master, has been angry. On that account to me, the Lord Enlil is hostile. In this city, I no longer can reside, nor in the Eden my foot sat anymore. To the Abzu, the Lord Enki's domain, I will there a sailing go. In a boat that must quickly be built, I will depart away from here. Thereby the Lord's Enlil's anger will subside. Hardships will end. So this is a finesse. So in order to get this motherfucker built fast, he gonna have the whole town help him. Now these people wouldn't have normally helped him, because now earthlings are starting to be like how we are. Like, hey nigga, I don't feel like doing that work. I'm finna chill. I'm finna go drink. I'm finna go do it. So earthlings were at that point. You know what I'm saying? But a way to get them to help was to tell them, hey man, Enki and Enlil is upset with y'all. The only way we're going to fix this shit is if I go sail to Enki's house and do what he asked me to do. But in order for me to sail, we need to build this boat. The faster we build this boat, the faster the hardships can come to an end. So everybody like, oh, hell yeah, let's get to work. Because I'm tired. We ain't had no food. Prices is high. Shit is crazy. Let's build this ark so we can get life back to regular. Okay? Upon you, the Lord Enlil will shower you with abundance. Right? Told him the quicker we can get it built, the quicker Enlil will bless us. The morning was not yet gone when the people about Sasudra gathered. To speedily for him build a boat, they each other encouraged. Timbers of boat wood the elders were hauling. The little ones bitterments from the marshes carried. As woodworkers, the planks together hammered, Sasudra in a cauldron the bitumen melted. With bitumen, the boat he waterproof inside and out. Okay? Bitumen is like shellac. Like shellacking. They waterproofing this motherfucker so water can't get in, get out. They using pitch to fill all the holes, like a thick molasses. They using tar, kind of like a tar. As in the drawing upon the tablet, the boat on the 5th day was completed. Eager to see Sasudra depart, the townspeople to the boat, food and water brought. From their own mouths, sustenance they took. To appease Enlil, they were in a hurry. So these folks ain't had that much food, but they were like, huh, take this, my nigga. If it's going to mean we can get things back to regular, this is my last piece of bread. Yeah, pine resin. Good job, Goddess Monet. Whoever Goddess Monet is, shout out to you. Like pine resin. Good job. Even though you're not in my class, good job to you. Okay? So shout out to the people that's sneaking in class. A lot of y'all motherfuckers sneaking in our class, y'all need to be tapping up the gifts or something. Show some love. Okay? This is a private class. It's a paid course. If you're sneaking in here, at least show some love to the goddamn class, okay? Damn, but thank you, Monet. Yeah, like a pine resin, guys, okay? If you ever been to a pine tree and you saw the sap coming out of that motherfucker, that resin, they using shit like that to fill the holes and to make resins, to make bitumens, to waterproof it. This is the kind of stuff that they're using, okay? 4-legged animals into the boat were also driven. Birds from the fields by themselves flew in. Into the boat, Sasudra, his spouse, and sons made embarked. Their wives and children also came. So you got to remember this, guys. It was not just Noah, and it was not just Noah and his wife. It was Noah, his wife, his sons, his daughters, their wives, their sons, and a few people from the town. Okay? So you had to have a little mix. Shit, they got to repopulate the earth. You can't have brother and sister beating up cheeks to repopulate the earth. You had to have some people that was not related. Anyone who to the abode of the Lord Enki wished to go, let them too come aboard. Okay? So he gave an open invite to anybody who wanted to come to Enki's abode, come on in. So you know it wasn't just them, okay? You have to surmise that. Envisioning Enlil's abundance, only some of the craftsmen the call heeded. Okay? So the people, based off of what Noah or Sasudra, the real name, I hate saying the name Noah, that's a white boy name. Sasudra, based off of Sasudra telling them that Enlil is going to bless them with abundance once Noah has sailed away, everybody say, nah, I'm good, bro. A few people came with him, but most of them was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay for these Enlil blessings, right? On the 6th day, Nenagal, Lord of the great waters, to the boat came. Okay, y'all, this is Enki's son. This is one of Enki's sons. Okay? This is the one that's going to drive the submersible. All right? So Nenagal showed up on the 6th day. Lord of the great waters, to the boat came. A son of Enki he was. To be the boat's navigator he was selected. A box of cedar wood in his hand he held. By his side in the boat he kept it. The life essences and the life eggs of living creatures it contained. By the Lord Enki and Ninmah collected. 2 of each, the essences, the DNA, not 2 animals. Not 2 physical animals, the DNA of each animal. Okay? They collected the DNA of these animals. From the wrath of Enlil to be hidden, life to resurrect if earth be willing. So did Ningal explain to Sasudra. Thus were all beasts by their tools in the boat hid. Okay? So that's how you get the tools. They took the essences from 2 of each creature. Now Nenagal and Sasudra in the boat, the arrival of the 7th day awaited. In the 120th Shar was the deluge awaited. In the 120th Shar. In the 10th Shar, in the life age of Sasudra, was the deluge coming. Okay, so in the 10th Shar, so let's figure this shit out real quick. Where is my pen at? I just had a goddamn ink pen right in front of me. Oh, here we go. So let me write that down. In the 120th Shar was the deluge awaited. 120 Shars. In the 10th Shar, in the life of Sasudra, was the deluge forthcoming. Okay, so it was 120. It was the 120th Shar days before deluge. Let's see where we at now. Oh shit, guys, we at 18. That's 18,000 BC. So, okay, yeah. So the Great Flood, that 30,000 BC shit, no. It's 18,000 BC right now. This is closer to what my information says. That the Great Flood took place in 12,000, between 11,500 and 12,000 BC. So right now, we're at 18,000 BC. And Noah is 36,000 years old at this point. Okay? So let me see if this is right. So Noah was born in 54,000 BC. And he's 36,000 years old. So what's 54 minus 36? The math is right. The math is right. So Noah was born in the 110th Shar, which was 54,000 BC. Okay, let's keep up with the numbers. Let's keep up with the math. He was born in the 110th Shar. That's 54,000 BC. Okay? It's been 10 Shars since his birth, which is 36,000 years. Okay? So if you take the 54,000 BC and minus that 36,000 that he's been alive, you get 18,000 BC. Just like I told y'all, okay? So we in 18,000 BC. The math is mathing. Okay, we're about 2 shars. We're about a shar and a half away from the Great Deluge, okay? In the 120th shar was the deluge awaited. In the 10th shar, in the life of Sesudra, was the deluge forthcoming. In the station of the constellation of the Lion was the avalanche looming. All right. Now this is the account of the deluge that swept over earth and how the Anunnaki escaped and how Sesudra in the boat survived. And that is where we will stop for today. Okay? So when we return tomorrow, the shit hit the fans. Water covers the earth. And you get to see who else survived. Because you were never told about the other survivors. I ain't talking about just Noah and his family. Okay? I ain't talking about Sesudra and just his family. Some other people survived. They never told y'all this. Okay? So make sure you be tapped in tomorrow, class. Make sure you're here and you're ready to go. All right? We're going to see all of this, and you get to see how the world unfolded after the Great Flood. Because now you got to see what the world looked like before the Great Flood. That's the information they never teach. It's called antediluvian knowledge. That's the knowledge that I teach. That's what I made my bones on. I teach the pre-flood knowledge. Okay? So tomorrow you get to see what happened post-flood. And guys, shit, we still just in the beginning. Oh, the shit really finna hit the fan now. It's really, keep in mind a couple things. This is what I want y'all to keep in mind. Keep this in mind. 18,000 BC is where we at right now. When we come back, we'll be closer to 12,000 BC, okay? The Egyptian civilization do not exist at this point. Appreciate it, Kat. The Egyptian civilization do not exist at this point, but y'all gonna see it unfold. You're gonna be able to see the real Cometian civilization, not the Egyptian civilization. You're gonna see Kemet be birthed. Okay, so tomorrow when we come back, we're gonna be headed toward the birth of Kim, the birth of Nubia. Okay, that y'all call Egypt or whatever. You're going to see who built the pyramids. You're going to get to see who built the pyramids, why they built the pyramids. It's beautiful. Okay? You're going to get to see who built the Sphinx, why they built the Sphinx. Okay? It's beautiful. And just remember, they ain't gave y'all these kind of facts, man. They ain't gave y'all these kind of facts. Okay? So tune in tomorrow, man, for all of that good information. It was a great class today, man. Shout out to y'all for all the support and the love. Y'all really helped Brother Chief out today because Chief ain't been feeling the best. But coming back and connecting with y'all then brought my spirit all the way back up to where it need to be. All right? So, yeah, man, it's been a wonderful class. Shout out to the family for all the support. We 10-0. Okay, I'm going to check the information because I know that we qualify for Live Fest. Okay, so now I got to see what we got to do next to win it all. All right. So shout out to the family for supporting. It's been a great class. If anybody that's a class member has a question, feel free to drop your question below. If anybody has snuck into our class and you want to be a part of our class going forward, you might want to message me so I can send you the information to do so. Okay? Because we don't let the doors are not open for everybody every day. I got 2 restrictions up here because we had some baby brain coming here and flag the live. So we can't let anybody just be in here. The only people we allow in here are people who have sold into the movement and into the course. Okay? So if you haven't properly signed up and you enjoy this kind of learning, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Okay? Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. This is the best class on TikTok. We have a lot of fun in here. We learn, we dance, we joke. We have a lot of fun, okay? So if you want to be a part of what we do, make sure you reach out, message me, send me a message, just say, hey, Chief Kuttah, I like what you got going on. I want to join the class. What do I need to do? And then I'll send you the information on how to do so, okay? But if you don't do that, just know you won't be allowed to return to this space tomorrow. Okay? The space is for the people who value the knowledge. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's for the people who value the knowledge, the people who understand the movement. Okay? So please stop coming in here acting like you know me. Get to know me. Okay? And we'll bring you in. Okay? So shout out to everybody that supported, gang. We're going to do it the way we do it. We're going to do it the way we do it. Let's lift the vibration before we get out of here. Canayo, I got you, my brother. I got you, Canayo, coming up. Brother Canayo got a question. We finna get with him.
All these clouds in the sky, I think angels get high. 'Cause I can't describe all these clouds in the sky.
I can't say for sure what was in. I just know that they placed the history of this, what they had done here. I know for sure what was in the Ark of the Covenant was the history. The tablets had a lot of information on it, though. And these were the computerized lapis lazuli tablets, okay? The ones that we have is the copy that Indupser, I think you pronounce his name, Indupser, he made copies of these Sumerian tablets for future generations. But the ones that they keep in the Ark of the Covenant was the computerized quartz crystal lapis lazuli tablets, okay? So these motherfuckers was like, this was like just basically like a computer, bro. So whatever the fuck it was not something just, it wasn't some normal thing, because they wouldn't went through such levels to protect it, right? They wouldn't have put it in this weaponized ark if it wasn't something very important, okay? So that's what I know that was in the Ark of the Covenant, was these tablets, these lapis lazuli quartz crystal tablet of information, all right? Yeah, the copies was buried. They buried them everywhere. I mean, all over the Middle East. I mean, that's how the archaeologists that found them. They found them back in the 1800s. You've been in them classes, right? When I explained where they found the tablets at. Please go to YouTube, guys. That's why I put the shit up on YouTube. Everything that we talk about in this class, I put on the YouTube. Okay? So please go back and watch the YouTubes. Go back and watch the first introductory classes. Everything I explain about it. So everything that we reading today was buried, unearthed, okay? They had to unearth it, and then they had to decode it over the years, all right? If we got any other questions, feel free.